Defense Headquarters speaks on resignation of Army Chief Lagbaja. Defense Headquarters speak on resignation of Army Chief Lagbaja. To my dear listeners, Defense Headquarters has finally speaks on the resignation of the Chief of Army Staff, Taoreed Lagbaja. Let's see what they said concerning the resignation, if it is true or not. Welcome to today's news. The Nigerian Army has dismissed report claiming that Lieutenant General Taoreed Lagbaja, the Chief of Army Staff, has resigned from his position. The Defense Headquarters said an online report alleged that Lagbaja had submitted his resignation letter to President Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, citing an assassination attempt on his life as the reason. Reacting, the Director of Army Public Relations, Major General Onyema Onwachukwu, labeled the report as fake news and urged the public to disregard it. Lagbaja's appointment as the 23rd Chief of Army Staff took place on June 19, 2023, following his appointment by President Tinubu to succeed Lieutenant General Farouk Yahaya. The Nigerian Army has dismissed reports claiming that Lieutenant General Taoreed Lagbaja, the Chief of Army Staff, has resigned from his position. The Defense Headquarters said an online report alleged that Lagbaja had submitted his resignation letter to President Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, citing an assassination attempt on his life as the reason. Reacting, the Director of Army Public Relations, Major General Onyema Onwachukwu, labeled the report as fake news and urged the public to disregard it. Lagbaja's appointment as the 23rd Chief of Army Staff took place on June 19, 2023, following his appointment by President Tinubu to succeed Lieutenant General Farouk Yahaya. To my dear listeners, now we've come to the end of our today's news. And now before I go, in contribution to the news that I've read so far, I don't think there is a news that happens regarding this Nigerian that we are to believe again. This thing has been on for days now, even a week, that the Chief of Army Staff has submitted his resignation letter. But he himself has not come out to clear the air about the issue. But the chief of the army chief spokesman said that we, the public, should disregard it. Based on that, they don't want a situation whereby that will be the topic for the country, and that does not mean. Now that the Defense Headquarters has confirmed to us that truly the Chief of Army Staff Coas has submitted his resignation letter to the President of the country. Definitely he has his reasons. And the reasons he gave is that an assassination attempt on his life. That's one of the problems this country have. When someone is trying to make a successful regime, then some people will still stand up, trying to make it looks like you are not trying your best. Let's take Musa Yar'Adua for an example. The man is trying to make things right, and obviously what happens to the man? They said he's sick and he died. Look at Jonathan too. They spoiled Jonathan's regime with Boko Haram. They used Boko Haram a lot of pressure during Jonathan's regime. And after that, what happens to Nigeria? No sense. From bad to worse. Because those people we have at the top are not ready to make this country to be in a better shape. When they see someone that is trying to make it right, they will go the other way around to make the whole thing useless. And that was what happened. A whole chief of army staff. A whole chief of army staff is submitting a letter concerning an assassination attempt on his life. Then if the chief of army staff can actually submit a resignation letter just because there are some groups or people we don't know that has been threatening him because of an attempt of assassination on his life, he does not want to die, then who are we? Who then are we? We mere people, we mere person. We are just human. Do you know how many securities that are following and the chief of army staff? Do you know how many securities he has? Now, he's been scared. He wants to resign just because of an attempt. He knows what he owns. He knows he has a family. Then when we are talking about the chief of army staff, then what about the people that do not have the security, that do not have security around them? We mere people, we mere ordinary people. Wow, this Nigeria is getting out of hand, seriously. And you would say people should not japa. When would people think of not japa? People would think of it when